to you, Scorpios. So for you, Scorpios, you actually have the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and then you have the Seven of Swords for you, Scorpios. Um, a lot of you Scorpios actually have a lot to celebrate. Things are going quite well, and you don't want. I'm a Virgo. You don't want dysfunctional people getting in the way of what you Scorpios have got going on. You're in a very peaceful time. You don't have to deal with the extras that other people will give to you or whatever they've got going on. You Scorpios are quite well off. Emotionally, the mindset, when you don't have people in your life trying to keep you distracted with this or that or whatever it is, you actually feel good about that because you can actually focus on what you want to, right? You have more time to spend here and here than you do in the outside world. There's too many distractions going on in the outside world enough, right? And to be honest with you, I'm like you in that sense that it does get aggravating. See, remember, Virgo and Scorpio used to be one zodiac sign called Spica or Spica or Spica. You understand what I'm saying? The Spica constellation. So we used to be one zodiac sign. So Virgo is an internal sign too. It's not just you Scorpios, right? And so I know myself being as a Virgo myself, I get kind of, I don't particularly like it when I'm kind of like imaginative and people do things to kind of like interfere or deter my imagination. I don't like that. You know, I'm in my head. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you want to come and talk, sure, we can do that. But don't do something stupid where I got to take care of it because I'm not going to be a happy camper. I'm not going to be a happy customer, you know? And that's what's going on with you Scorpios. I'm not saying that you Scorpios and myself is one and the same, but I understand it because I get it, right? I experience the same thing that you Scorpios do. And so your life is quite well because you don't have individuals who are stupid in the way of you thinking what you want to think for a long amount of time too, right? The one thing in the world that is one of the things that's in the world that's rare is actually affording yourself the availability to just sit back and think about whatever your mind wonders about, right? And just let it wonder and let it be what it is for a minute. You know what I mean? And you Scorpios feel good because you don't have anybody in your life that's trying to distract you from doing that, right? Not only that, not only does it relax the mind, it also relaxes the body too. Needing to constantly fix something that wasn't your fault in the first place creates unnecessary free radicals. Do your research as to what free radicals are. You know, they age you. It ages you. And so the situation with that is the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups here for you Scorpios is about how you feel good, right? And, you know, you also feel good when it comes to how things are going emotionally for you as well. You actually feel pretty good with that. You're not with anybody. You Scorpios are having a lot of fun though, because you can get to know a lot of different people. So whomever that is, right? Whomever that is, you can get to know a lot of different people. So it could be a situation for you Scorpios where because you don't have anybody, you can get to know different people and feel good about it. You know, like You're dating to see who's compatible with you. And I've talked about this before, like just because you're single, you're single. So that means that you don't necessarily have an allegiance to any one person. You can date as long as you don't like get super close with any of them immediately, and you don't have romantic fun with any of them. You're good. And so a lot of you Scorpios could be getting to know somebody as of right now, but once again, it's nothing set in stone. And then you Scorpios have the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. You're good. You're going to be good regardless of whether if the person is 100 or if they're fake. Because what I'm seeing is a lot of you Scorpios are prepared for if the person is real or not, right? You know, always go into a relationship knowing that this is not a sure thing. You know, always go into a relationship willing to make it work, but at the same time, know that there is a good possibility that it might not. And that if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? That it won't affect you as much as if you would have made it, or as if you would have thought that it has to work out and it's a sure thing. None of this stuff is a sure thing. I've talked about this before. There are no guarantees. I want you Scorpios to understand this. And I'm sure a lot of you do. There are no such thing as guarantees. Like people lie. A person can tell you something that's pivotal or important to their life, and they could be lying about the whole thing just to get closer to you. You have to accept that for what that is, right? So if you take it, you know what I'm saying? Because once you have that kind of mentality, and it's true, nothing that I'm telling you is a lie. That's how the reality of the relationships are. Nothing is guaranteed. A person who comes to me in transparency, it's not a guarantee that I'm going to accept them in. And I'm talking about me. If a person was into me, there's no guarantee that I would accept them. Just like there's no guarantee that they would accept me. And so the situation with that is that the Ace of Wands here is about how this is a situation for you where a lot of you Scorpios, some of you probably have already figured it out, because the cards let me know that you have. And the Ace of Wands represents, you know, you're going to bring value to the table, as you should. And it should work out. And if for what reason it doesn't work out, it's not for a stupid reason, right? It'll be for real. And that's the luxury of like fake people or people who get out of relationships per se for fake reasons versus people who get out of relationships for real reasons. They can talk about it. The people who are being honest can really talk about it, and they can be 100 and they can go, this is the reason why I got out of this relationship. I got out of this because of X, Y, and Z, and this is the stuff that legitimately happened, and this is what's going on. As opposed to the people who get themselves out of relationships for dubious, stupid reasons. They give the regular excuses as opposed to being able to talk about it for real, and it's heartfelt, right? I got myself out of a connection with a person recently because y'all know that I don't play, and I've talked about this before. I take relationships seriously. You know, I know how to have fun and stuff like that, but I take relationships and like friendships seriously. Don't come around me being half, because I've been through betrayal a lot. You know, and I hope YouTube don't hit me for this, but I almost been put in prison for it. For false accusations. I almost lost my life for it. You understand what I'm saying? For another situation, but I almost lost my life for it. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't play like that. It's just is people, you know, you can say whatever, but this is one of my life lessons that I had to learn. I don't play like that. If you saying you rocking with me, okay then. Don't and when I say rocking with me, I'm not talking about to a fault, to where you have blind loyalty to the point where I'm treating you like whatever and you're loyal. No, 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 no. I'm talking about if I don't give you a reason to feel a kind of way, don't play with me. You feel what I'm saying? And so the situation with that is that for you Scorpios though, right? The Nine of Swords and the Two of Wands here represents how as far as if an ex is coming back, or like if you have to worry about you dealing with a person that you stopped talking to because of how good things are for you, you might have to hear from them again, unless we get like you might, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will. Now I'm definitely going to clarify some cards. Now if you get the Six of Cups, then yeah, definitely you're going to hear from them again. But if you don't get the Six of Cups, then it could be some time where you may not hear from them at all. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Page of Swords, and then you have the Star card, right? So once again, right, the Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords right here is about how a lot of you Scorpios, excuse me, if they do, I didn't get the Six of Cups, so more than likely they're not going to come back at all, or it could be some time before an ex comes back. But you Scorpios, the reason why you're so successful is because you're concentrating on what you have to do. Whatever situations that pop up, you're addressing them. That's how you prosper. It's not this convoluted, complicated, delusional thing. It's you focus on what you got to do. You know, everybody knows what they have to do. And then if something pops up, address it, and then continue to focus on what you got to do and what you want to do. And you're successful. It doesn't take all of this mind games and all of that. And so you're on the come up. The Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, some things that you Scorpios have put, maybe some sort of investments or something like that, it's gaining you even more. Now, I talked about how you Scorpios had investments before. Maybe those investments or some things that you've done for yourself is gaining even more. That's having you Scorpios prosper even more. And so you have the Page of Swords and the Star card here. So really anybody would really be, if you step to them correctly, would be lucky to have you, because you Scorpios are doing an amazing job at being yourselves and really handling your business. And I've talked about this before. You probably know what I'm going to say. Everybody loves a winner. They love when a person wins, as far as they know what it means. They love the winner because they know it means success. And so they want to stand next to the winner, right? So you Scorpios have a great life. You Scorpios have built a great life for yourself. You just have to watch out for just stay single right now, to be honest with you. If you're going to date, know what you want, and don't tolerate stupidity. You know what I'm saying? You can have fun, but don't tolerate stupidity. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. The reason why I said don't tolerate stupidity is because you don't want to go from someone that you've known to be stupid to now find someone new, and they just immediately, they don't even give you a time to ease, to not think that they're going to start that up, to immediately give you stupidity, right? That'll be like, right? Don't tolerate that. But that's it. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We are at 27,992 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Come through and get a personal reading from me. The link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. And my video game is actually coming out on the 21st this month, the 21st or the 22nd. It's an RPG action adventure game. I have the source file, which is the IP, the intellectual property. The video game is called The Quest. The Quest by Kareemspiritworks. Check it out. Peace. I'll let you know when.